Hello dear students. Today we are going to start a new topic. Okay, and the name of the topic is biomolecules. Biomolecules. Okay, so net itself suggests that this topic is concerned with biology, something concerned with biology. So biomolecules. So whatever chemical compounds or chemical structures, which are studied or which are responsible for the biology, for the life, that molecule we are going to study. So what is its definition? The chemical substances which forms basis of life. Chemical substances which forms a basis of life. And are responsible for growth, and these molecules or the chemical substances are responsible for growth, maintenance, and which are then able or ability to reproduce are called biomolecules. So what are called as biomolecules, or which type of compounds, substances are called biomolecules? The chemical substances which form the basis of life, because of which the life is sustained. Those substances are called as the biomolecules, and these biomolecules are responsible for what? Growth of plants and organisms, the maintenance of the plant's body and organisms, body of the organisms. So they are responsible for growth and the maintenance of the living things, and which are then able, the biomolecules are their ability to reproduce. They have ability to reproduce, because of which the life is sustained. Those chemical substances are termed under the term biomolecules. For example, what are the biomolecules we are going to study, or we are going to come across in this topic, are carbohydrates, then proteins, vitamins, fats, hormones. All these are what? Biomolecules. So the study of carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, fats, hormones, ADPs, all together, and their chemical structure, their properties, their method of preparation, laboratory method of preparations. To study all these things is nothing but the study of biomolecules. To study biomolecules. So we will start the study of the things. And in this topic we are particularly going to study the carbohydrates, proteins, then nucleic acid, vitamins. We are going to study this topic. So we will start the topic and we will discuss one by one. So first we will start with the carbohydrate itself. Carbohydrate. Carbohydrates. So hydrates of carbon. What it is? Hydrates of carbon. Simply, if we want to say what is carbohydrate, these are the hydrates of carbon. Okay. So carbohydrates are defined as the optically active polyhydroxy aldehydes or polyhydroxy ketones, or substances which on hydrolysis gives the polyhydroxy ketones, polyhydroxy aldehydes and ketones are called carbohydrates. Okay, so simply carbohydrates are optically active polyhydroxy aldehydes. It means that they consist more than 3 hydroxy groups, more than 3 or more than 4 hydroxy groups. Okay, and aldehyde and the CHO is the functional group. They are called as the carbohydrates, or polyhydroxy ketone, which consists of carbonyl functional group and consists more than 4 hydroxy group. They are called as the carbohydrates, or the substances which on hydrolysis gives polyhydroxy aldehydes or polyhydroxy ketone. They are termed as a carbohydrate, represented by simple formula. Represented by a formula CxH2OY, where X and Y may same or may not be same. For example, C6H12O6, which is called as glucose. Okay, and this can be written as C6H2O6 or C12H22O11. So what it is? C12H2O11. So in the first case, this is X as per the formula. This is X, that is 6, and this is Y. So this is what? Your Y. So both X is equal to Y over here, and that is equal to 6 in the first case. While in the second case, C12H22O11, the X and Y is not equal. X and Y is not equal, but we can represent as C12H11. So the representation, the general formula or general representation for the carbohydrate is CxH2O. So there are certain compounds which can be represented by this formula, but they are not carbohydrates. they are not going to give a polyhydroxy aldehyde or ketone after hydrolysis. For example, CH3COOH. Okay, CH3COOH. This can be represented as C2H2O2. Okay, what is this? This is nothing but an acetic acid. And acetic acid can be represented by the same formula what we are using for representation of carbohydrate. But this is not a carbohydrate, but can be represented by using the formula which is used for the representation. Okay, so this carbohydrates, okay, what we are discussing over here, they are called as saccharides. Carbohydrates are called as saccharides. Okay, what it means? It means sugar. Saccharide means sugar, and these saccharides or sugar or carbohydrates are classified as monosaccharides, okay, disaccharides and polysaccharides. Mono, di and poly. Mono, oligo and polysaccharides. Okay, so what is monosaccharide? We will go one by one. First we will look at the mono, then we will discuss what is oligo, and then go for the polysaccharides. Okay, monosaccharides, the carbohydrates. What is monosaccharide? Carbohydrates which cannot be further hydrolyzed, to smaller molecules are called monosaccharides. They are called as a monosaccharide. For example, glucose. Okay, if we try to hydrolyze the glucose, okay, it is not going to convert into any smaller molecules, which is going to give you a polyhydroxy aldehyde or polyhydroxy ketone. Fructose. If we try to hydrolyze the fructose to smaller molecules, okay, it is not going to give a polyhydroxy ketone or polyhydroxy aldehyde, and that's why they are called as a monosaccharide. So it means that they are having a single unit of sugar, which is cannot be further hydrolyzed. Okay, the second category, which is called as oligosaccharides. So oligo means the word oligo. What it suggests that oligo is nothing but a few. Okay, oligo means few. So the carbohydrates which gives 2 to 10 units or molecules of monosaccharides on hydrolysis are called oligosaccharides. So definition itself suggests that if we try to hydrolyze the things, then the particular substance is going to give us 2 to 10 molecules of what? Monosaccharides. Okay, that is glucose and fructose. If we are getting 2 or more than 2 up to 10 molecules of glucose, fructose, galactose, then what we are going to say that that particular carbohydrate is classified under the term oligosaccharide. For example, or these oligosaccharides are further classified as disaccharides, trisaccharides, tetrasaccharides, so depending upon the number of molecules of a monosaccharides, the oligosaccharides are further classified as disaccharides, trisaccharides and tetrasaccharides. What are disaccharides? Which gives 2 molecules of monosaccharides on hydrolysis. They are called as disaccharides. Okay, and the examples are sucrose, then maltose, then lactose. These are the example of disaccharides which on hydrolysis gives only 2 molecules of monosaccharides. Okay, while the trisaccharides gives 3 molecules of monosaccharides. On hydrolysis. So if we hydrolyze the trisaccharides, what we will get? We will get the 3 molecules of monosaccharides, and the example is raffinose. Okay, raffinose is a carbohydrate which on hydrolysis gives 3 molecules of monosaccharides. Tetrasaccharides, okay, which gives 4 molecules. 4 molecules of monosaccharides on hydrolysis, and the example is sandirose. Sandirose is the example of tetrasaccharides. Okay, so if we hydrolyze this, okay, sucrose, what we will get? We will get on hydrolysis, this sucrose gives glucose plus fructose. Glucose plus fructose. Okay, if we hydrolyze this maltose, what we will get? We will get glucose plus glucose. Glucose plus glucose. If we hydrolyze this lactose, we will get glucose and galactose. Glucose and galactose. Okay. So like this we are what classifying the saccharides, carbohydrates. And the third type, which is called as what it is? Polysaccharides, which is called as a polysaccharide. The carbohydrates on hydrolysis gives more than polysaccharides more than 10 monosaccharides units. Molecules. They are called as the polysaccharides. Okay. So if we are getting more than 10, okay, then it is called as the polysaccharides. So the examples are starch, okay, cellulose. Okay, these are the example of polysaccharides. So this is regarding the carbohydrates. What we have discussed? We have discussed the definition. Okay, what is carbohydrate? Carbohydrate is a chemical substance which is responsible or which is mainly base of the life. Okay, and which is responsible for growth, maintenance of the living things. Okay, and which is further responsible, okay, for the reproduction, okay, or they have an ability to reproduce. Okay, those materials, those chemical substances are called as a what? Biomolecules. Then we have defined the carbohydrates. What carbohydrates? Carbohydrates are the optically active polyhydroxyaldehyde or polyhydroxy ketones, or the substances which on hydrolysis gives the polyhydroxy aldehydes and ketones are called as the carbohydrates. Okay, represented by formula CxH2O. Okay. Then we have discussed the classification of what carbohydrates, and they are classified as monosaccharides, disaccharides, and monosaccharides, oligosaccharides, and polysaccharides. Okay, depending upon the number of monosaccharide units. Okay, so what is the monosaccharide units? The carbohydrates. What is saccharide means? Actually, saccharide means the sugar. Saccharide means the sugar, and the saccharides or the carbohydrates which on hydrolysis, which cannot be hydrolyzed further to a smaller unit or smaller molecule. Okay, so after hydrolysis, they are not going to produce the aldehydes, polyhydroxy ketone or polyhydroxy aldehydes. Okay, so further those material which cannot be further hydrolyzed, those are called as the monosaccharides. Okay, then oligosaccharides. Oligo means few, and the carbohydrates which on hydrolysis gives 2 to 10 molecules of polyhydroxy ketone or polyhydroxy aldehyde, they are called as the oligosaccharides. These oligosaccharides are classified further as a di-tri-tetra depending upon the number of monosaccharide units obtained after the hydrolysis. So disaccharide gives 2 units or 2 molecules of monosaccharides. Examples are sucrose, maltose, lactose. Sucrose on hydrolysis gives glucose and fructose. Maltose gives glucose plus glucose, while lactose gives glucose and galactose. Okay, trisaccharides which on hydrolysis gives 3 molecules of monosaccharides. They are called as a trisaccharide, and the example is raffinose. Then tetrasaccharides are the saccharides which on hydrolysis gives 4 molecules of monosaccharides. The example is saccharose. And polysaccharides which gives more than 4 or more than 10 number of monosaccharide unit on hydrolysis, they are called as the polysaccharides. The example is starch. So this is for the today's lecture. Further we will discuss in the next. Thank you.